Broadcasting from the Teddy Belanger Memorial Studio in Rome, New York. Welcome into episode 101 of the Avetts and Beyond. My name's Todd Emanuele. Got Ryan Boyles over there. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see him waving.
Wait,
Oh, he's not waving.
which side? Oh, yeah.
Did I point the wrong way?
Yes.
That way. Jeez, I can never get that. Yeah, this is fun for the radio people listening. Anyway, welcome into episode 101. We have a very special guest, super fan extraordinaire, and 200 show person. I guess I don't know how to say that better than that, but Nikki Clements is here. Nikki, thank you so much for coming on with us.
Yeah, hi. How are you guys?
Doing all right.
And it's
Doing well.
202 now. 202
Yeah.
shows now. Yeah.
So
Nikki is well on her way to 300, y'all. It's going to happen.
I hope so.
Now, I have to start with this because I'm going to Lafayette the next couple of nights. Well, Friday and Saturday night. You're not coming to Lafayette, or are you coming to Lafayette?
No,
You're not?
no.
Oh,
No,
darn
just
it
did
all.
Wolf Trap. I'm going to
that's
see
right.
baseball this weekend.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me that. That's right. Cubs, of course. We're going to get into that too.
Yeah.
We're going to talk some baseball. Ryan's going to have a little nap, and it'll all be good. So you just recently had your 200th show. What year was your first show? Because I can't even.
2009.
2009. So you're like
Yes.
OG fan going way back.
Yeah.
How
Well,
did it all?
I was listening way before I went to my first show. So
Okay. So how did it all start for you? Where did the obsession come from?
Merle Fest. They were at Merle Fest, made me pick up a CD. I didn't see a full set, but it was enough chatter, and I saw enough glimpses of them on stage to pick up a CD and started listening.
The rest is history.
Yep.
202 shows. That is a lot. So how many do you get to a year?
I just looked at this the other day. 2019, I did 31,
Wow.
which is a lot. Yeah.
Wow.
Last year I had like 12. So, I mean, it averages out. Yeah, it averages out to about 1 or 2 a month, I guess. It depends.
I'm so jealous. Like I feel like
I was
My
also
bank
just looking
account.
at
You would not be jealous of the
IMDb.
bank account.
If you look, well, not IMDb. What am I talking about? November Blue, the database November Blue. It has the I Will Travel, and I'm counting 6, 12, 18, 24. You've got 26 states represented, so over half the country.
Okay.
Well, and that also.
Well, that's at Mexico
Well,
and the
okay.
Dominican.
Subtract Mexico and Dominican. Okay. So we were wondering then, after you get to 200, sort of what are your superfan goals after that? Is it to try to get to more states, different states, places you haven't been to, or do you you like to go back to the ones you know and love?
Well, at first I was going to slow down after 200, but that's not happening. Yeah, I would like to hit up states. There are certain venues that I really like. I need to go to Red Rocks again. I haven't been to Red Rocks since 2016, and I love it there. It's just, that's a big trip. It's a big, expensive trip, and I try to go to places that I've never been before so I can see other stuff too. Like last summer, I went out to the Pacific Northwest. I had never done that before. I wanted to hit Edgefield and Bend and get those venues. And I loved Bend. Bend was a great place to see a show.
So what other venues are on your like bucket list to get to that you've never been to? Because you've been to a lot of them, obviously.
Yeah. I feel like I need to get to Port Chester. Like, they always get the best set lists, and I've never been to Port Chester. I'd like to go to the Gorge. Haven't done that.
Everybody raves about the Pacific Northwest, so I think
It's great.
For us East Coasters. I don't know what that's about, but I've heard the same thing.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's just like, we did multiple shows, of course, and everything is like far away from each other. It's a long drive to each. We drove overnight to all 3 shows. Didn't sleep.
Would you say that going to those far-flung, I consider them to be the far-flung places that aren't like big cities, or they're kind of out there, do you consider those to be the places where that's where the magical or maybe set lists that you don't get in some of the regular places. Because I feel like Bob said that one time is like, you need to go out west because that's where we do it different or something like that.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's different because sometimes you get a great magical set list here, anywhere. Like, I don't know. I will say that they were much more chatty at the shows out there, a whole lot more banter. And the set list last year, because I went last year, they were more about the new record because the new record had just come out. So it wasn't a whole lot of change in the set list when I went. So probably the next time they go out there.
What are your thoughts on this year's tour with the set lists that are crazy so far?
Like, oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, it's perfect. I was actually just watching the Couch Tour before I got on here, and they've played January Wedding, My Last Song to Jenny.
Oh wow.
Yeah, SSS. They've played all three of those before I even got on here. And
my gosh.
I know. I think it's great. I love that they're pulling out the deep cuts.
I am so excited for Friday night because
I'm jealous.
You just don't know what they're gonna play, and it's bound to be something good.
Yeah.
I hope Scott plays When You Learn. I've got a gut feeling that he's actually gonna pull that one out after talking to Bob.
I hope so for you. For you, yeah. I hope so.
I know, but we're gonna hate you for it.
Yeah, well,
we are gonna hate you for it.
You could be there. You could have come.
Well, yeah.
I mean, come on, you could have come. But
was it on the set list for Richmond, Ryan, and they cut it? Didn't they cut a song?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Was it that one?
No.
Okay.
No, that When You Learn's never been even mentioned.
I know, it's never been played.
I was just looking back at I was going through the database too, just looking at the songs that they've only played one time or that kind of thing, and that's one of them. I mean, it's good luck. May luck be ever in your favor, Todd.
Right.
I hope it works out. I will go crazy if
well, look, you gave it the college try. Like, if Bob can't make it happen, nobody will.
Right.
I mean, with what they're pulling out recently.
Yeah.
And Bob did say he would tell him about it, and I believe.
Well, and I do think it's cool that they pulled out. They're starting to pull out some Pretty Girl songs. Which they seem to be walking away from, but now they're pulling some of those in, and they pulled in the one
in the last episode we talked about the song that was their sound, and he said Pretty Girl from Matthews. They haven't played it in 148 shows. First show after the interview, they played it, and that was like
there, I'm sure.
That couldn't have been a coincidence.
It's so great. Oh, it wasn't a coincidence. No.
And how about Bob throwing your name out there? Like, we didn't even mention it, and he threw your name out there.
That's awesome.
That was
They're
pretty
just
cool.
Throwing my name around.
So let me ask you that. While you said that, there was a question someone asked on Facebook, I don't know, a few weeks ago. I took a screenshot of it because I knew you were going to be coming on. I think this is fun. I don't know if any of this is true or what, but I wanted to ask you this. And you responded, I'm going to send you a private message to this person. This just made me laugh. They said, totally genuine question, and please excuse my ignorance, but can someone tell me more about Nikki Clements? Nikki, I know you're on every rail every time I see you at a show. Clearly last night was show 200. Are you the founder of the guild? Childhood friend of the Avetts? Just curious how everyone knows you, and you can make special requests, and the band seems to target you for set lists all the time. Is there any truth to any of that?
No.
No?
I am on the rail. I am on the rail a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's just statistically the law of probability. If you're like, she's there a lot.
Right.
Like, you got to be in the right place at the right time.
You're not childhood friends with the Avetts?
No.
You weren't childhood friends? No?
No.
See, that's disappointing. I was hoping you'd be like,
not.
we were in elementary school together. Well, that's a bummer. Okay. I thought that was funny, though, that someone asked.
It was funny. She was very sweet.
So what did you respond to her? Like, no, sorry, none of that's true?
Basically, yeah.
I've been so excited to ask that question.
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
It's okay. It's not really disappointing. It's kind of what I expected you to say. So do we want to get into, what do we want to get into next, Ryan? Did you have another question you had ready to go?
I have some random questions. So one is like, I wanted to talk about Avett tattoos because it's a big thing in the fan community.
Sure.
Lots of people like to show off their ink, or they like to, sometimes it's lyrics, sometimes it's more, graphical things that are just like, interesting takes. I believe there's people that get the band's faces on their body. There's all kinds of stuff. So, Nikki, I know you have actually more than one. So I wanted to talk about your ink.
Okay. Well, I have 5 total. I have 3 Avett tattoos. I'll talk about one of them.
Tell us about the compass, because that was one that I think I was actually, my wife and I, Kim, were with you, and I believe, or maybe on the trip, maybe not in the room, but you got some sort of compass design.
Yes.
And you got that with another friend of yours, right?
Yes. My friend Jen, who her 200th show is actually this month.
Oh, wow.
We had a meet and greet in Cincinnati, I think. Or I don't know. It was after one of the baseball game shows. And we got Seth and Scott to each write "And I Will Travel" on a piece of paper. And so we all went together. Kim came with us. We had a little group of friends. We went together. We went camping, and Jen and I went to get our tattoos. And so we each got a compass, and there's some little birds around it. And then I have Seth's handwriting underneath that says "And I Will Travel," and she has Scott's above it. So they matching tattoos with their handwriting.
So does that tie in with which brother is your favorite brother? Like a little bit?
Infer what you will.
Yeah, you decide.
Okay. So you're obsessed with Seth, basically, right?
Their
Maybe.
handwriting, the brothers, their handwriting is very distinct. So I think it does make for a cool tattoo.
That is very cool. I like
so Kim
that.
wanted me to ask you to tell which. Well, you can say it.
I'll send her a picture of which bird is
she
hers.
wants to know which bird is significant.
She picked it out.
Yeah.
She picked out the bird.
What are your other two Avett tattoos, if you don't mind saying?
I have one right here, and it says, this is also in Seth's handwriting. It says "A Waltz" from Smoking Our Lights. And that one he did not write for me. I took from handwriting samples of stuff that he had written. I got off the internet. And then I'm not telling the other one.
Okay. That is cool.
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
I have a tattoo design that I've been working on, and I haven't been brave enough to do it yet. So
do it.
I'm not getting any younger.
Are you going to tell us what it is, or
no?
Do you have tattoos?
I'm not ready for that. I don't, but I have like many designs that I've made. That again, I've been too afraid to do them. But
just do it. They don't hurt.
I literally have a bunch of artwork that I've done. My wife and I talked about getting our rings, because we have like inscriptions on rings that have worn since we've been married, that I thought it'd be cool to actually get on my finger. So there's a bunch of different ideas like that.
One day you're going to show up and you're going to have like a full sleeve of tattoos.
Well, that's the issue, right? Like once you start, they say it's like
they're addictive.
It's a domino effect, right?
Yeah, they are.
So let me ask you this. You've been to so many shows. Is there a song that you've never heard them play that you consider a Chase song still, or have you heard everything you've ever wanted to hear? I know that's a dumb question.
I mean, yeah.
Of course, Same Broken Bones is out there.
That is out there. My Losing Bet was my song for years and years and years. And so obviously I requested that in Richmond, and they played it. I had also wanted Prison to Heaven. I did not request, because I haven't gotten that. I did not request that one though, because they played it the weekend before.
Right.
And so I'll wait. I'll get it eventually.
Yeah, they'll play it again sometime.
So yeah, that is one that I still want.
Is there anything? Well, I'm just thinking like Same Broken Bones, When You Learn, It's Raining Today. Those are the songs that I want.
Yeah, they haven't played. Yeah.
But they haven't played like anything off of that album, Closer Than Together. A couple songs, obviously. But there's so much out there. They have so many songs.
Yeah. It's Raining Today. I don't think he's played that. Like,
no, that's definitely one that hasn't been played.
It's Raining Today? Is it?
No, that one hasn't been played.
Yeah.
Nope. No. Definitely has not been played.
We'll see. One day.
Wouldn't it be crazy? Like Friday they play When You Learn, Saturday they play Same Broken Bones. Ryan would want to like beat me up.
I'll kill you. No, just kidding.
Don't kill me. Be happy for me. It's not going to happen though, so it's all good. So
it is all good.
Let's see. Baseball. We had to talk some baseball. I know you're a big Cubs fan.
Yeah.
2016 was a good year for you. I'm
It
thinking
was a great year.
do you go back to that moment when Chris Bryant fielded that ground ball and slipped, thinking he was going to
Slipped,
throw the
yeah.
ball away?
Yeah, I do.
When
I
that
about had
ball
a heart attack.
when that ball settled into Anthony Rizzo's glove, was that like one of the best moments of your life?
It was, and then he stuck it in his back pocket.
He did. He did. Then he came to the
Yeah,
Yankees.
I, I
Not quite
know,
then.
I know.
Not
Now
quite
he's
that scenario.
nowhere. I can't believe no
Nah,
one
no.
picked him up.
He's broadcasting, I think. I think he's on ESPN.
Oh, is he? Really? I
Yeah.
have not seen that.
Yeah.
We watch that game in my house often.
No, dude.
I have the Blu-ray set. Yeah, we watch it often.
So how did you become a Cubs fan, being from North Carolina? You are from North Carolina, right?
I'm from Virginia.
Oh,
Virginia.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Just growing up, the only baseball we had to watch on TV was
WGN, right?
Braves and Cubs. So WGN and TBS. So those are the only two teams I could really watch. And I mean, just spiraled from there. I've always loved baseball. So
How did you become a baseball fan? Like, was it because it was on TV, or was it always on your TV because of your parents, or what?
I mean, my dad loved baseball, yeah, but I mean, I played softball.
Okay.
It just like to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I go back, like I watched Yankee games since I was like 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my whole life, like the Yankees stunk when I was a kid, from
So did the Cubs.
the 80s through the 90s until the early 90s when they started to get better. And I remember saying to my dad in 1996, the first year they won the World Series again, I just want one time in my life for them to win a World Series. That would just make my life happy because I love baseball. I've always loved baseball, and the Yankees especially. And they did it, and that was like the best moment ever. And then they just kept winning them, and it was like, what is this? We
have not kept winning them.
No, but this year your Cubs are good.
This year we are doing. I am crossing my fingers. We have a good team. We have a good young team. We got Pete Crow Armstrong.
I was going to say PCA.
He is fire right now. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this team. We were originally only going to go. We try to go to Chicago every other year. Cool. We were only going to go up there this year and not go to DC, but the team is so good. It's like I want to see them more. So yeah, we're heading to DC tomorrow.
That's cool. Wrigley is on my bucket list. I have to get there sometime in my life. I've always wanted to go. I've always liked the Cubs for the same reason. Because like when the Yankees weren't on our TV, we had the Yankees were on WPIX. WGN was always Cubs games on. Yeah, they were on during the day, so I would watch them during the day, and then the Yankees at night.
They were the only ones that played during the day.
Right. And then the Braves were always on TV too, so I always liked the Braves a little bit. And some of the Mets games were on, but not as much. But I always liked the Cubs. I was always intrigued by them, and Wrigley, how they only played the day games until 1988 or whatever it was. So my dad went to Wrigley Field for work once, and I'm like so jealous that he got to go. He wanted to bring me, but he couldn't. But I gotta get there someday.
You have to get there. You have to sit in the bleachers.
Definitely. I don't care where I sit though. I just want to go. I want to be
there. The bleachers is so much fun at Wrigley.
Now it's funny. One of my favorite stadiums. I'm sorry, Ryan. We're like putting you to sleep here.
I'm good.
We'll get you back in a minute. One of my favorite stadiums. Now, as a Yankee fan, you think it wouldn't be Fenway Park, but I absolutely love going to Fenway Park.
Fenway's beautiful.
Place. It's so cool. It's just
is.
It's just awesome. We did a tour one year and got to sit up in the monster seats.
It's kind of scary up there.
Oh, I loved it. I was hanging over.
It's scary. Oh God! See, I don't like heights.
I love heights. I went on a hot air balloon ride once and was hanging over the edge of the balloon.
No, you wouldn't even catch me in that balloon. No.
It was great.
No, I did a tour of Fenway last year when I went to Boston to see the Avetts. So that's
the tour's fun.
Go to shows and go see other things that you want to see that you would never go see. Yeah.
One thing that surprised me about Boston and Fenway Park in particular, the tour I went on like 8 years ago or whatever it was, I wore a Yankee t-shirt, Yankee hat. I figured I was going to get harassed the whole time. They didn't say a word to me. Like they made a comment once like, oh, there's a guy that's a Yankee fan over there. He knows blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why aren't you guys making fun of me? Like if we did that in New York, if someone did Boston stuff in New York, it would have been the opposite. It would have been so bad. But I thought that was like the city of Boston is just.
Yeah, no, I loved Boston.
I do.
I loved Boston.
We were there last summer and we try to get back often. It's just such an easy city to get around.
Yeah, it's really clean too. I was
yep.
surprised, honestly.
For the most part. And there's parts that are kind of sketchy, but that happens anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. So Cubs, Yankees, World Series, that would be pretty cool.
I'll be there for it.
We should go if they make it. We should go to a game, the World Series.
Let's
Like
do
I
it.
say that, like I can afford to go to a World Series game.
I can't. I regret every day not going to one of the games in 2016. I went to Game 5 of the World Series in 2016. I had tickets to an Avett show, and I went to the show. I debated it all day long because we were down 3-1, and so this was an elimination game, and I debated not going to the show, but it was in Charlottesville. It's a local show for me. I went to the show because I thought if we lose, I'm going to be pissed off that I missed the Avett show to watch us lose and get eliminated.
Right.
Wow.
In the World Series, but I wore my jersey to the show. I brought my little W flag in case like we won during the show. I was gonna hold it up, but like I was watching the game the whole time on my show. Like it was, and we won, So
of course you did, right?
We weren't eliminated. Yeah.
Well, I guess that tees up our this or that question then. Avetts or baseball? What are you picking?
Oof.
It depends. Dolph has asked me that before. He's like, I gotta know, Avetts or Cubs.
That's a tough one. If I've got tickets to a Yankee game, I don't know which one I would choose. It depends on what the game was, I guess. But
it depends on if the Cubs are pissing me off or not.
Right. I've only been to 3 Avett shows. I'm gonna hit 5 this weekend. So like, ooh, that's big time with you two.
You're doubling almost.
Yeah, I know. In 2 days.
Percentage wise, you might be beaten. Yeah. Okay.
But like I've said before, you don't have to go to a million shows to be a super fan.
No,
definitely
not at all.
Not at all.
You do not at all.
It's a way of life. Or like we like to say, it's not a cult. We can quit anytime.
Sure. Yep. I don't know. All right. So 2016 Cubs, we got the baseball talk out of the way. What other bands? Do you follow other bands around? Like, do you travel to follow other bands around?
No. I don't.
You
I
listen
really
to
don't.
Other music or?
I do, but I don't really get a chance to see other bands. All of my travel
shows.
Yeah. So no, I don't really see that many other bands other than like of course festivals and stuff. There is an Irish band that I really like, Scythian. I do go see them some because they play a lot of local stuff, and they're cheaper than the Avetts. But
do you like Irish music?
I do.
Have you listened to Dylan Walsh?
Dylan Walsh, I have not.
Okay, you should
Do
check
I need
him out.
to?
You really
Definitely
should.
check
And
him
if
out.
he comes around, we should go. He's great.
He's right near you guys. Well, kind of near you guys. He's at least in your state.
So I want to send some healing vibes out to Dylan because
I was just going to say that.
He just announced that he got injured somehow on a trip, I think, recently. Like he and his wife took a break and went over across the pond. And then he announced he had to not tour for a little bit while he's trying to recover. So I hope he gets back to playing soon because he is fantastic.
And he's sending me his vinyl, one of his vinyls, so I'm excited to get that too and check that out. But Dylan's such a cool guy. You should watch the episode that he was on the show. There you go.
He was
I wrote it. I wrote it down.
Yeah,
I do.
Fantastic.
I did. I have my son. He loves Green Day. I've taken him to see Green Day twice.
Nice.
So I do take him to see a few things. I took him to see Sum 41, which I also like these bands too. These are bands that I liked when I was younger.
Yeah, right.
And yeah. So I mean, some other bands, but no, I really don't get.
Does your son like the Avett Brothers?
He does. Good. I think he's at 7 shows. So yeah,
he's got me.
He really does.
More than doubled me. How old is he?
He is 16.
Okay. Yeah, my daughter is going to be going to her 4th show on Saturday. They're not coming with me Friday. I'm going by myself. But you never really truly go by yourself to an
You
Avetts
never
show.
do,
So
no.
I'm
Aren't these
driving
shows
there alone.
GA? Are
Yeah.
these GA?
Yeah, so I'm getting there nice and early. I'll be hopefully on the rail. I should be, and hopefully interacting with Bob a little bit because I have a gift for him that I'm gonna throw at him. I'll probably get kicked out. That's probably not a good idea to throw something at him.
Just aim for his side of the rail.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do this time. I normally get stuck on the. I say this like I've been to a million shows. Normally, when I'm on the rail, I'm on the Tanya Joe side. I end up getting pushed over there. So hopefully this time I can get on the other side. But
You have to get there early enough to pick your spot.
yep, I've been to 3 shows. 2 of them I've been on the rail. The one was at an amphitheater and I didn't have seats, and the general admission was on the lawn in the back, so we were a mile away. But it
Yeah.
was still great. I can't complain. All right. So who is your favorite other artist besides the Avetts? Like you mentioned a couple there. Like, do you have someone that's up there with them, or
You know, I have always loved Aerosmith.
okay?
Yeah, always loved
Same.
Aerosmith. I was gonna give you an Aerosmith song, but I didn't. There were a couple in there. Like I had a long list. I had a list of about 20 songs, and it was
There's a
hard
lot
to
of
narrow
songs.
down.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to narrow it. I say like give me 4 or 5, and you gotta sit there and
Yeah,
agonize for
yeah.
like a week to dwindle it down.
Yeah, so I have seen before the Avets, I've seen Aerosmith quite a few times. I'm not sure exactly how many times, but like I was in their fan group and stuff too, and like
Oh, there you go.
bought tickets through the fan group. I think the closest I ever got was 5th row.
Nice.
And I saw that for that show, that was Greensboro, I think 2003, and it was Aerosmith and Kiss.
Nice.
So
Cool.
that was
Nice.
a fun show. It was very, very interesting, to say the least.
That's good people watching. That's what we call it.
Oh yeah.
definitely.
Oh yeah. And so I was by myself too. So I was like down in the pit by myself.
Joe Perry used to get, and he doesn't anymore. Well, they're not touring anymore. He used to get all of his guitar cables from the cable company that I work for. Like he would always call us up and order like 100 of them or whatever, and we'd ship them out every year to him. And he would get like them personalized, and they all said Joe effin' Perry on them.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I need
Yeah.
one. I need
That
one
is
of
funny.
those. Do you have any extras?
Guitar cables
Find me one.
or Joe Perry ones?
Joe
Yeah.
Perry ones.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know if there's any left at the place. I'll have to ask. I doubt it. We have signed posters around our office.
Do
though.
you?
But
That's
yeah,
cool.
like the whole band signed stuff to us. But
This makes me think of so tell me this. I was thinking about this recently because when you think about the old, like the band, like you said, the bands that you saw when you were younger that you were kind of into, and then now when they come back around at a, like I went and saw Linkin Park 2 weeks
Mhm.
ago, and I've probably been to 5 of their shows. It's like if you rank it all and subtract the Avets, it's like one of those bands like for me that I've been seeing the most. So I'm wondering now when you go back to a band maybe that you were into when you were younger, is it better, like you said, to go by yourself and then experience it the way you kind of want it? Like I'm wondering this, like is it better for me to go to a band like that by myself rather than go with somebody who's a casual fan who's not going to be that into it? I wonder.
Well, if you had to choose between just a casual fan,
Yeah.
I would probably go by myself, I think.
Yeah, it's a struggle because
Yeah.
I literally, so I have tickets to go see Wu-Tang Clan this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
And
so you're
my
picking
plus-
Wu-Tang Clan over coming to hang out with me. Up
well,
there.
no. Like,
All
let me
right,
finish.
whatever.
My son graduated from college. I bought them as a college graduation present,
Yeah, right.
and then he decided to move to Austin for the summer for his
So
internship.
is Kim going with you to see
No,
Wu-Tang
she
Clan?
would not set foot. Like she does not want to go near people or anything. She is totally not into it. So I still want to go. Like Run the Jewels is opening, so Killer Mike. And I'm like, but I need to find somebody who's going to have the same energy as me to go.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
or I'm
that's-
going to have to go by myself.
I would just go by yourself. Right.
So if
That'll
you're
be
listening to
fun,
this
though.
Friday night on the premiere of the show, and you and I still haven't found somebody needs to slide my DMs. I guess I don't know.
Jeez. So that answers my next question. You haven't figured out who's going with you yet.
No, I haven't, but I've put feelers out there, but like everybody's like so lukewarm about it. And I'm like, don't bother then. I'm just gonna.
Kim won't go with you no matter what.
Huh?
I said Kim won't go with you no matter what,
No,
even if
no
you
way.
can't find someone.
I don't. I mean, I do not see Kim at a
No,
Wu-Tang.
it is not. That is not her thing. No.
No. When I took Mason to see Green Day, we took him. He was 13 the first time, and I think 12 or 13. I don't know. I remember. I had wanted to see them so bad when I was younger. Of course, I couldn't afford it, and like
Right.
when American Idiot came out, like I was so in love. I really could not afford it. I was pregnant. I had young kids. Like it was just or a young kid and pregnant, and I just remember like at the show when they started playing American Idiot. Like I almost cried. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm finally here, and I'm here with him." You know, the one that I was having,
Yeah,
or whatever.
that's cool.
So yeah, so that was a good moment. So I hope you can find somebody to go with you.
We'll
Definitely.
see. It'll be great
See the
regardless.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah. They say it's the
Dookie's
final show, so we'll see.
The
final chamber, they're calling it.
Dookie is one of my top 5 favorite albums of all time. By
for
the way.
sure.
I have it on. I have the 30th. Oh, this makes me feel old. The 30th anniversary vinyl came out that I have, and I was listening to it with my kids. My kids are like, "This is good." I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's good."
Yeah, I know.
Duh.
I wore that
light bulb
CD out
moment.
when I was a kid.
I did
That
too.
is a
Well, I
cool
had the
thing, too.
cassette tape. I wore out the cassette tape.
I had to buy a new CD because I listened to it so much when I was like 1994. I was a senior in high school when that came out, and that's all I listened to.
For sure.
All right, so tell me about Nickums. What is that all about?
I don't know. I mean, it just.
You don't know
There's
how
a
it
story
started or
behind
who
it, isn't
it
I
had,
don't want to
like-
get. I don't want to get into it.
Oh, okay, you don't want to get into
it. Yeah. Scott called me Nickums once too. Well, actually twice. He called me that twice.
That's the story I wanted to hear. How did that happen? You don't want to talk about that either?
Oh, about Scott?
Yeah.
Oh, it was just at his art show in Raleigh, and like he was down there, you know, mingling with everybody.
And you guys are obviously childhood friends, so
yeah. And when my turn came up, he was just like, "Hey, Nickums," and it didn't like register to me at first that he had said that until after I was like, he called me Nickums. So yeah.
So people had already called you that before that happened, or is that when it started?
No, that is not when it started. It is my Instagram name and my Twitter. It started a long time ago.
Okay.
I don't want to get into that.
It's
Though.
like
Yeah,
one of
we
those
don't
things
have to
where,
get into all that. Okay.
I have the same thing going with my social where I picked like this name that I thought didn't mean anything, and then everybody starts calling you that, and then
That's
you're like,
exactly-
it takes on a life of its own.
That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
My family walks around here all the time. Nickums, all the time.
It's cool though.
Yeah.
That is funny. All right, do we want to do some rapid fire questions
Let's do
before
rapid
we get
fire,
into the
yes.
songs?
Go for it.
Rapid fire questions. Here we go. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Coffee.
That's my son's favorite. Favorite potato chip flavor?
Ooh. Either salt and vinegar or the jalapeno.
Ooh, fan of both. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
Anne of Green Gables.
Okay.
Whoa.
What's your
The
second favorite movie?
1985 version with Megan Follows and Colleen Dewhurst. That one in particular.
Okay, that's very specific.
Yeah.
Do you have a second favorite movie? I'm making
It's another dorky one. No, it's another dorky one. Newsies.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good though. I like
Yeah,
Newsies.
I think
That's
the
awesome.
1993 with Christian Bale, Robert Duvall, so good.
Yeah, it's great. Love
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Okay.
And you don't put ketchup on it either.
That is correct.
I agree.
I'm going to be the
1,000,000%.
judge over here that says that is correct.
I agree. So it has to be true.
Yep.
Hot dog's not a sandwich, and you don't put ketchup on it. Favorite city out of state from where you live?
Chicago.
That was an easy one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny. When I wrote that, I didn't even think of that. That was just too easy.
I
What's
love
your
Chicago.
Yeah, I've only been to the airport in Chicago. I've
Oh,
been
it's
to
so great.
O'Hare. That's all I've
It
ever
is a
been
great.
to.
I'll say it's a great city to go see
It
the
is.
Avets. I think
And the
we've
food
seen
is
them a couple
so
times.
good.
There. Yeah.
The food is so good.
I had deep dish pizza at the airport. That doesn't count, I guess.
No, it doesn't. You need to get you some Vienna beef. Get you an Italian meat sandwich. So good.
Ooh. All right. I will get there someday. Someday, somehow, I will get to Chicago. What's your least favorite food?
Least favorite food?
Least favorite food. Food that you despise more than anything. Mine is bananas. Just throwing it out there.
What do I just? I don't know. I
What do you
love
have
food.
against bananas?
I don't get me started because I will
Okay.
go on and on
Oh.
and on. I don't like the way they
I know
sound.
there's a food I
Just-
don't like, and I can't think of one.
Wow,
You
you've
really can't
stumped-
think of
you've
one?
stumped the guest.
I'm
All right.
trying.
You have to move on. All right.
I love food.
That was my last question.
I
That was
can't.
your last question.
I know
was my
there's
last
something I really
question.
don't like.
There's got to be something. Nothing that just pops to.
You
to
know
your
what I
mind?
won't eat? And it doesn't really taste that bad, but I just don't like it and I won't eat it. Meatloaf.
There we
I just
go.
won't eat it. I just
It
won't eat
sounds
it.
bad, right? But
I will only eat it if my wife
love-
makes it. It's like one of
I
those
love
things you
meatloaf.
don't want if somebody else makes it. I think that's what it is for
I
me.
just don't. Ugh.
my wife
And I
makes a
don't like.
killer
I've
meatloaf.
had it. I'll
Yeah.
eat it.
My
just-
father-in-law makes a really good meatloaf. I love meatloaf. It just sounds bad though. Like you think of the
It
word
does.
Meatloaf, fruitcake, all these
Yeah.
things where you don't know the ingredients.
Is fruitcake actually food? That's a good question to throw out there.
Well, that's like rice pudding.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
there we
eat.
go.
No, like I won't eat rice pudding. I won't eat corn pudding. I won't eat bread pudding. Those things should not be pudding.
No
the
pudding.
texture thing. Do you have a texture
Yeah.
thing? Like I don't.
I just don't think those things should be puddings.
Yes,
I'm not gonna eat it.
that is correct.
Bananas shouldn't be edible either. I mean,
All right, are we gonna
Like you
talk
don't like
about?
banana pudding?
I don't like bananas.
So good.
I like banana runts, the candy.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite candy? There's a question I could throw in there.
I don't eat a lot of candy. If I do, it is peanut M&Ms.
That's good.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's a good one, definitely. All right, so music. You picked some songs.
Mm-hmm.
You may have replaced one
I
with
did.
your buddy that you go way back with there, who is staring at me behind me. If you see,
I'm too short.
you're in there, but look,
I'm too short.
That is funny.
I can see the top of your head.
I hate that picture of me too. I hate
Well,
it.
there we go.
Dude, I only made it the picture of the episode to go on the on YouTube with. Sorry.
Okay.
I can
No,
pick
it's
it
fine,
one
it's
if you
fine.
want.
Change. Come on, you can
It's
change
fine.
that. You can change
Seth
that in
is
post.
cute in it, so it's fine.
We'll get it.
If
fine.
you want, if you do want to send me a different one, I can change
No,
it.
I don't
I haven't
care.
posted it anywhere yet, so
I don't care.
okay. All right. So you picked music for the episode that we'll get to some of this. I might get to a few of them this time, but I can always create a playlist. Do you have your
Okay.
list in front of you?
No.
Okay,
Am I
I have it
supposed
here,
to?
so it's all good. I got it here. Let me just run down. Which one did you replace? That's what I got to look here.
If ever you were mine,
you took
that's
that one
what I
out.
replaced. Yeah, that's the one I replaced. Or did you
Oh
keep
yeah,
that one?
okay, right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm so prepared here. All right. So the first song you picked was "Go Cubs Go." Go figure. We're gonna put
Yeah.
that in the episode. We'll probably start off the show with that, and people will be like, why am I
What is
listening to
going
this?"
on?
So
Yeah.
why I know why you picked it, but tell me why you picked that song.
Because you liked baseball and you liked the Yankees, so I
Go
was like,
Cubs
I got to
Go.
put my team in there.
So I should put the Yankee theme on too.
No.
I may sneak it in there.
Okay.
See, I kind of control that, so I could possibly sneak it in there. All right, so that's the first song, and then you have that one we replaced. Do you want to tell me what you replaced, if ever you were mine with?
The Teal
remember?
Dream. Timothy Seth Avett. I love that song.
You have his face tattooed on you?
Do what?
Do you have his
No.
face tattooed on you?
No.
No.
I do not.
Okay, sorry, that was like rapid fire question leftover. I was just thinking maybe that's why you didn't want to talk about that other tattoo because
No.
it was Seth's face.
No.
Okay, sorry. So tell me about that song. Why you picked that one?
Oh, it's just one of my favorites. Seth, the Darling songs are also sad. And sometimes I just like to be sad and listen to music. I'll make myself sad to listen to
Same.
music. And that's just one of them that I always go to.
Sad music is my favorite music.
Yeah,
Like,
it's good
I
stuff.
I listen to sad songs more than anything.
Uh-huh.
It makes me happy, and it's weird, but I know I'm not alone because you do it, and a lot of other people do too.
Yep.
All right, so that's that one, and then we have "Black Hole Sun" by Soundgarden.
Hell
Tell me
yeah.
about why you picked
That's
that
a good
one.
pick.
It's just one of my favorite songs. I
Yeah,
mean,
great song.
always has been. Yeah.
Then
It
you
was hard.
have.
We
It
was-
miss. we
No, go on.
miss
What were you gonna say?
Chris.
Oh, nothing. Nothing important.
What'd you say, Ryan?
I was just gonna say we miss. Well, just it's a tragedy to have Chris gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of my albums too in college, or I don't
hmm
even know. It might have been high school.
Oh,
I
Played on
think I was
repeat.
in like 10th grade when that came out.
Wore it
I
out.
think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wore that one out too.
Uh-huh.
Then we jump into Olivia Rodrigo. Interesting. We're kind of like we're all over the place. We got
Yeah. Well, I was trying
Stranger.
to give you a variety.
No, I like that. I like it.
Yeah,
So tell me
Stranger
about-
is a
tell me
great
about that one.
song. I mean, nothing really. My son really likes Olivia Rodrigo, and he got me listening to her. And that's just one of my favorite songs by her. Yeah.
Love it. And then last but not least, we had to have an Avett song in there, of course, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
picked "Spell of Ambition."
Yeah. Yeah. So good.
What'd you think of the
Okay.
version that was on the Guild vinyl? Was that last year's Guild vinyl?
Is that the one that Scott sang?
Yes.
I won't listen to it.
That's like
Yeah.
B-side kind of
I
stuff.
only listened once.
Yeah,
Well,
I think I did.
I mean,
have a
I do
follow-up.
think it's good, but I can't.
Yeah.
So
just
I
one of
just
those
happened to
things.
be clicking through and looking at the DB, and under the unreleased songs, it's got "Spell of Ambition," of course.
Yeah.
And it says in the DB you've seen it 11 times, which
Have
is
I?
almost more than any other.
Wow.
Well, certainly more than any of the other unreleased songs.
Wow.
I'm wondering, do you have any? So going back, you saw it the first time in Nashville in 2014, and then most recently in Richmond. So I'm wondering, like, between that's a 11-year span, seeing it 11 times, are there any of those shows that it jumps out at you as being better than any other?
You know, like I don't even remember because all the shows run together to
Yeah,
me
right.
at this point. It is so hard. I have certain shows that stick out to me, but for the most part, it's hard. It's hard to remember that.
I know what you mean.
It's a lot of shows. And
They
of course
played
they
it.
run
They
together.
played it. They played it in Mexico. They played it in
They did.
Portsmouth. They played it in North Charleston, South Carolina. They played it at the Fox Theater in Atlanta. They've played it in a lot of different places. Columbia, South Carolina. I remember.
Yeah,
those
I've been to all of
Columbia-
those places multiple times. So
Right. But I will say, and you may agree that the township shows in Columbia in
They were
that
so
year
good.
were so good. Those are like, and I think a lot of when we had the rejects admins come on, Todd, remember
Mhm.
multiple of them were saying that show was like special for them too.
they were very good shows. Very, very good shows. They haven't been back there in a while either.
You have a show out of your 202 shows that stands out as your all-time favorite? I mean, do you remember one specifically?
So Cleveland 2019 was so good. It wasn't Jacob's Pavilion. I never can remember the name of the venue, but that was where they played Airport, just the three of them, like at the end of the thrust. So good.
You said Cleveland
2019, I believe
2019.
that was the year.
I'm looking. Okay, so it says Wolfstein Center.
Okay.
And it was
What was the set list?
balmy. It was in balmy September. Here, I'm going to throw it up on the screen. Give me a sec.
We're so fancy.
Here we go. All right.
Ooh.
We
I
had
need my
a
binoculars.
lot of,
I wonder-
well, okay, I will read it off because it's probably small on the screen, but
Tiny for me.
they opened with Head Full of Doubt. What are some other call outs here? That does look like a great set list.
Matrimony.
Oh yeah. Weight
Weight
of
of
Lies. That's a
Lies.
crowd pleaser.
That airport was so great.
Pretty Girl at the Airport.
That's the one that really stuck out for me.
Perfect Space.
In the Curve.
In the Curve. Late
in
in
Life. Yeah.
Stay All Night. That's nice.
It was a really great show. Just the energy. It was so good.
And I don't.
Cool poster too.
That is a wild poster. Nice.
I did not buy that one.
I've never seen that one before.
I did not buy that one.
Okay. That's cool. High Step and Second Song. Wow.
That's a good question. You've been to 200 shows. How many have you not bought of the posters?
At first, I bought every single one. And then it just got too expensive. I only buy the ones I really like. And
Okay.
I have a ton.
Yeah, what are you going to
in a
do with them all?
portfolio.
That's a lot of posters.
I recently sold a few. I have a couple I'm hanging on to in case I get hungry one day, need money. But yeah, I've got some hung up, but most of them are just in a portfolio because I don't have that much wall space.
That's sad.
I know.
At least you have them in a portfolio and you can look at them.
I do, yeah. I did pull them all out of tubes, put them in a
That's
portfolio.
Good.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, so someday you'll have like a giant sale. Hopefully not, though. You said when you get hungry. You'll
when
never
when I'm hungry, I need some money.
All right. Well, this was a lot of fun. I want to save some time to play music, so we're gonna get to your songs. We've talked for almost 50 minutes here anyway. Ryan, did you have anything else you wanted to throw in there before we call it a night?
Thank you. I want to close it out with Nikki. She's one of the best people I've met in the whole Avett community. When I know we talked about this with Bob and we've talked about it with the other super fans guests that you've had, Todd, but I mean, testament to like this community being friends and family. It's, that's all.
Yeah. Let me end with this. What does Rejects in the Attic mean to you?
Oh, good question.
I mean, it a lot. It is like I have met some of my best friends in the world just through the Avetts. Like they're not just Avett friends anymore. They're friends, they're family, just like Ryan was just saying. Right. I mean, Ryan, Kim, and I are very close, and I consider a lot of these people my best friends. And it's like, we go do other stuff. We don't just go to Avett shows. We meet up to do other things, and hang out just because it's just brought us all together.
In fact, this is mildly embarrassing, but for me, not for Nikki, we have a guest room in our house that we actually decorated. That's all Avett stuff. And we kind of call it the Nikki Suite.
Kim had me a stuffed pillowcase.
Wow. But it's not exclusively for Nikki, but we did have that sort of in joke when we first renovated.
And then I never make it upstairs. I always sleep on the couch.
That's the other in joke. Yeah. She likes the couch better, but the room is nice looking.
Yeah. It's really cute.
I won't go into details on that.
Yep.
That's a good place to end.
Which you may have a chance to see it when you come down for the David Childers thing, Todd. So come on.
Yeah, and I am definitely coming. I can't wait for that. I hope we can do something like outside of the induction ceremony. Like we will. Like I mean, like something with a concert, like with David and Cody Gentry, something where we can do something like that to celebrate more and just to hang out, because I think that'll be a blast.
Yeah, that would be.
Really looking forward to that. Don't want to wish the whole summer away, as that's in October.
All right.
And it might be during the World Series. Oh no, I think it's before that. Just made me nervous, but I'm going down there for that no matter what. So anyway, Nikki, thank you so much for coming on. This was a lot of fun. I told you it'd be fun. See, I told you it'd be fun.
And the time flies.
It was fun.
So
thank you, Nikki. Have a great night.
We'll get you to come back on again. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.